Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. I am Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses in New York, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So, the question I got a few times is, what would I do if I had to start over again? So I'm going to assume we're in New York, and I'm going to assume that I know what I know, but I don't have any money, right? I have to start from scratch. So, first of all, if I didn't know anything, I'd probably buy my course so that I could figure out how to do this. But if I if I know what I know, then I would probably start with a PropStream subscription, which is $100 a month. By the way, I have a link below where you actually get a discount, and a 7-day free trial. And I would probably run lists on PropStream because it's the cheapest way to start. I would then skip trace the list, so maybe I get a list of 8 to 10,000. Skip trace the list, spend another $800, $700. That would be the cheapest way to start. And then I would call for as many hours a day as I could. If I could call 4 hours a day, I would call 4 hours a day. Call or text every single person on that list, and I would get a Google sheet to keep track of the people that said they were interested. What you're calling and saying basically, are you interested in selling the property? Most people are going to tell you to go screw yourself, and some people are going to say yeah. So when they say yeah, you got to follow up with them. You got to stay in touch with them. Also, you got to qualify them to see if they're really interested in selling or if they're full of crap. But that is how I would start. Now, if I got a little more money, I'd probably buy a list on Listability. There's a link below for that too, and that is better data. And I'd skip trace that list. Also, at the same time, I think I would get licensed. So I'd spend $99 on a 75-hour real estate salesperson's course. And I would take the test, the state test, and I would get licensed so that I have access to the multiple listing service so I can get the best data. But if I was somewhere else, right, if I was not in New York, I'd probably try and get niche lists and stack those lists. So maybe I'd go to Property List Manager or Batch List Stacker, and I'd get lists. In our area, it's very tough to get niche lists, so you're better off with a broader list. But that's how I would start. I just call and call and call and keep track of that. Now, remember, when I started, for 4 years, I got rehabbed everything that I bought at auctions. And then about 5 years ago, I switched, and I started going direct to seller. It took me 8 months to get my first deal closed. So you got to think in terms of like a year. And remember, I had money. I was spending a lot of money every month on marketing. I had knowledge. If you're starting from scratch, you have to think in long term, in terms of a really long term thing. Just because it takes a long time, there's a luck factor. Is it possible to get a deal right away? Sure, but you have to think in terms of like a year. I mean, 9 to 12 months is at a minimum. If you're thinking that way, then you can sort of get past all the people tell you to go to hell. Number one. Number two. You don't have to start from scratch because I'm available to answer questions and help you in any way that I can. Go to howtoflipnewyork.com if you want to find out other ways that I can help you. And if you're watching these videos and you like them, please click like. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. But put any comments below on any questions you have. This was by request, and I'm happy to answer questions all day if you want. So any questions you have, I'm here to help you. This is how I would start. I think it's pretty inexpensive. People tell me I don't have $1,000. If you don't have $1,000, then go to Craigslist and go to gigs on Craigslist and work for a couple of weeks and make $1,000, right? I think in general, from what I'm telling most people to do, you need about, if you're spending money on my course and you're starting, you probably need about $2,000 to start. That's what I think, and that should last you about 6 months. The list will last you about 6 months. My knowledge will last you forever, but you need about $2,000 to start. But if I had to start from scratch and I didn't have $2,000, I'd start with PropStream and I'd go as easy as I could. So thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it.